Shields up, Iron Breakers. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing good, and hopefully you can improve on that with some more entertainment this afternoon. In today's stream, we're going to be watching a couple of videos talking about some of the, at least one of the games that we saw yesterday on the Xbox Partnered Showcase. I already did another video for another one of the games. I'm probably going to be releasing that after today's stream. The video is about the very first game that came out on the Xbox livestream, Armatus, because that game looked interesting, and what I came to find out about that game has also been interesting. But yeah, how's everybody doing? We all good? Hope Rurikon's life will be back to normal. It's like, listen, the only thing is like the main purpose of yesterday's video is just to make you guys aware. Because like everything that I'm already doing. So yesterday's video was more so in case you guys like, oh, Rurikon's being a little bit inconsistent. That's why. Armatus looked interesting until I saw was the Godfall devs. I thought that was actually interesting. I liked Godfall. It's just the content was kind of lame. They needed more content, was the thing. But yeah, I already made a video on that one. We're gonna check out the boss gameplay from Tides of Annihilation. We're gonna check that out. Then there's some Crimson Desert gameplay that I was reminded yesterday that I hadn't really seen yet. So I want to see what's up with that, because Crimson Desert's gonna be coming out on the 19th of March, I think, and I definitely am gonna be playing the crap out of that. Yeah. And then there's still the Chris Wilson video that some people wanted me to take a look at. Hey, Roto Loto, what's up? Have I played Tainted Grail? Absolutely. I only played the beginning of it, but it's a fantastic game. Was Crimson Desert delayed? No. Oh yeah, it was supposed to come out in 2025. I think it was supposed to come out in August or whatever it was, or summer or something like that, and then they delayed it to March. Tides is UE5? I don't know. I hope not. Oh no. Oh no, bro. You're telling me... Bro, I don't know what is it about my dog. Every time we take her out, she's just like, oh man, I'm so excited. It is with Unreal Engine 5. RIP! Can't believe it. Oh, right, there is something else. Let me just see real quick. Because I think that they sent me like some additional images or something. We'll see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. All right. So I do have like a media kit, but I think it's mostly just concept art and stuff. Oh, there is a video in here. Oh, is this the video that they showed? Oh no. Is this the one that they showed at the thing? Oh yeah, it is. It is the video they showed at the thing. But like I also have a couple of more things like some artwork and some stuff like that. Yeah, we'll take a look at some of this. Zaruri, I've been using all my YouTube high points for you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I don't even know how much of an impact that has, but according to YouTube, like, everything matters. All of the engagement. AXXT virus, thank you. PoE 2 update? Yep. My dog is barking now. That's what you get! That's what you get for your mutt. Your mutt is gonna bark now. I think the dog was barking because one of you guys in chat said UE5. Who was it? It's Fishman. Fishman, it's your fault. The dog was barking. You said the magic word. You said Unreal Engine 5, and my dog just went like, "Arr! Garbage! Garbage engine!" My cat started barking. That's what you get, Ark. That's what you friggin' get. A barking cat. Didn't even know that cats could do that. What type of dog do you have, Ree? I've shown her on stream a couple of times. It's, it looks like some half-breed corgi something, I think. But, yeah. Hey, Ree, did you see Dragon's Dogma 2 news? I saw that Dragon's Dogma sold 4 million copies. Which is good, but doesn't seem like Capcom is too interested in doing a DLC because nothing's really been announced up until this point. White Tides have too much cinematic. The gameplay does feel fake. No, a lot of these action games are like that. Did you not see, like, Ninja Gaiden 4 had the same stuff? And Bayonetta has the same stuff. It's just a staple of this type of genre. You have a corgi. She's not a corgi. I think the close like let me just make sure. Yeah. She's kind of like this, but not exactly like this, which is why I'm saying she's probably some kind of half-breed. Probably some kind of half-breed that involved a corgi at some point. Because she is a little bit similar to this. She's like a dwarf dog. She's small. Short, stubby legs. He's got the short, stubby legs. He's half a corgi. It makes me depressed to know that Dragon's Dogma 2 sold 4 million when COD Slop sells like 25 million per game. It doesn't make me feel anything anymore. Like, I've been around this earth for far too long to care about that. It is what it is. Capcom finally acknowledged the existence of Dragon's Dogma 2. Man, you guys are just savage. Tides reminds me a lot of Lost Soul Aside. That's not necessarily a good thing. Lost Soul Aside was pretty disappointing. Not short, we say vertically challenged. Sure. Sure thing. COD caters to a wider audience. A lot of games cater to wide audience. It seems like there's a game that's about to learn the hard way that maybe they shouldn't have catered to a wider audience. After yesterday's stream, I went to look at some of the feedback that people have been giving on Metroid 4. Holy crap, dude. Pretty much every preview takes a dump on Miles McKenzie. Every preview I saw was like, man, game's great. Except for this Miles McKenzie, bro, that won't shut the fuck up. Hey, Zane Montego. Kokoro 1, thank you very much for being grossly incandescent. As a long beard, you Giga Chad. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Everybody hates Samus's boyfriend. That escort character is awful. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm a bit sad for Bloodborne 10th anniversary. We got a vinyl and not Bloodborne 2. Listen, Miyazaki ain't never making Bloodborne 2. Okay, it's not happening. What if it was announced that's his next project, right? No, because he's working on Duskbloods. So somebody else would have to be working on Bloodborne 2, and I don't think he'll let anybody else work on Bloodborne. Because Bloodborne's very near and dear to his heart, so he'll probably want to direct that himself. The reason as to why Bloodborne stuff will never happen is hilarious. It's a very simple reason. Miyazaki is too busy. He's like, I'm too busy being original, sorry. I ain't got time to do this sequel thing that everybody else in the industry is doing. Hey, Sean. I'm craving for a new Miyazaki world. You're in luck. Duskbloods exists, coming out next year. Too busy, also known as doesn't want to play Sony's game anymore. We'll get a Bloodborne Night Rain before an HD remaster of 1. No. Hope Duskbloods comes to PC. It probably will at a later date. I'm probably gonna pick up a Switch 2 at some point. I am curious about Metroid 4, but these previews have made me somewhat hesitant. I'm gonna skip Duskbloods, not worth buying a console just for it. I don't think it's usually worth buying a console just for one game. I made that mistake and the game wasn't even out yet. Never gonna forget that. I mean, I didn't buy it. It was given to me as a gift. But still. It was like, it was still a waste. My Xbox One. It's just Xbox One. It wasn't any of the special ones or whatever. Basically sat and gathered dust throughout its entire existence. If I played it twice, it was probably too much. I've barely played the damn thing. You getting a Switch 2 for streamer purposes, or you just want one? Both. Like, I'm interested in covering potentially Metroid 4, I'm interested in covering Duskbloods, but at the same time, I want one because it's going to be the best machine to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. And also other Switch titles that I've accumulated over the years. But it's mostly because the Switch still has some of my favorite IPs, and so I just want to have one so that I can play those with the best possible experience. Artorias gonna toss me around all day. A British man just said this. Well, he's not British, he's from the islands, but I mean someone who lives in Britain has said this. Artorias is gonna toss me around all day. Context, Ark. Context is important. You live in Great Britain. Tossing has a bit of a different meaning over there. It is what it is. You excited for Title Update 4? Absolutely. You can also amend the bonuses on a fully reinforced Gogma Ardian weapon. Gogma Ardian weapon? What? What? Where's that? I need to look at that. You can't use ignorance as an excuse. I regret nothing! As that's pretty much what I would have expected from Mark. Bro, what the hell? Dude! Redbox Gaming, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Jesus Christ. Like, bro, you guys are way too kind. Like, I'm just sitting here chilling, talking about games. It's like... I'm so thankful. Thank you. I'm sending this just to tell you to keep strong. I met you at Gamescom. Such a humble man. Sending love. Shields up, Ironbreaker. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. Monster Hunter Wilds has become mixed now. Oh yeah, and the reviews. It's about goddamn time. Let me see where we're at. What is the percentage? Recent reviews, mixed. I mean, I'm guessing that a lot of this is because people have grown tired of hating it. Shame he steals his headwear style from Dan Clancy. Bro, no. I was wearing the hat long before Dan Clancy was in the streaming scene, okay? I was wearing the hat before Dan Saltman wore the hat. All right? And I have proof. I have fucking proof. Where, like, bro, what's the earliest video that I have in my channel? Because it probably has me with the hat. Like, look. Where is it? View your channel. Videos, and then sort by oldest. Look! Literally! In the first video! 13 years ago! Wait, you guys can't see it. Like, look, right there. 13 years ago. No, bro. Ain't nobody can tell me that, like, I'm copying anybody else's hat style, okay? 13 years. And I was wearing the hat before that. Okay? Same hat? No, it's a different hat, because that hat doesn't look that good anymore. Look at how little gray there is in that beard. There is no gray! I was like 20 years... No, not 20... Oh. Fuck. I was 29! Actually, I don't know if I was 29. This was probably 2011. Yeah, I was 29! I wasn't even 30 yet! But yeah, I've had the hat the longest, okay? Nobody can tell me I didn't have the hat the longest. Oh, man. You always look good. Thank you, Redbox Gaming. Somebody understands me. You were my age and you looked 40, bro. You shut your mouth. How dare you? How dare you? You're from the islands, bro. Shut the hell up. This fucking guy. This fucking guy. Midlife crisis time. Looks so green. I actually hate the glasses that I was wearing at the time. Those didn't complement my face at all. I can't believe that nobody ever told me. Right? I can't believe that nobody ever told me how bad those glasses looked. Because they look fucking terrible, dude. I look back at pictures from me from those times. Because my idea was like, and this was like, ever since I started wearing glasses, which I was like 16 at the time, I was like, oh, I don't like glasses. I want them to be as discreet as possible. And it's like, motherfucker, you're wearing glasses. They're about as discreet as a frying pan on top of your head. Everybody's going to see it. There is no making glasses discreet. So you have to get glasses that look good on your face. And let me tell you, some glasses just don't look good on your face, okay? Like, look at Kojima. Kojima's glasses look good on him, okay? My new glasses, I think, kind of look good on me. I don't know where they are. I think they're in my room upstairs, whatever. My new glasses look good on me. My old glasses looked terrible. You should be wearing gaming glasses. You know, the funny thing is, when I was with Squadron, we had like this deal with, what was that big glasses company at the time? The Gunners. Because they were doing a line for Heroes of the Storm. And so I was going to get a pair of Gunners for free. So they asked me for a prescription. I went to a doctor, got a prescription, you know, gave them all the details, send it over. And then they send me the glasses and the prescription was all fucked up. They fucked it up royally. It was terrible. I couldn't wear the glasses because they would just give me a massive headache. So it was a waste. Rui needs the headphones with the cat ears. It's time for the uwu phase. Now, when it's time for the uwu phase, I'll just get a cat boy as as a VTuber avatar. It's got a nice little cat boy with a big long beard. A cat dwarf. How about that? The most cursed thing you've ever seen in your life. Anyway, as I was saying, like, you said they added something. There's improvements, weapon balancing. Where is this this thing? Is it here? No, because this is just the thing. There's no additional information that I can find here. They always hide that stuff. I'll make it for free. No. When are we getting VTuber-a-con? VTubing is probably complicated as fuck. I'm a boomer, dude. I feel like just turning on the webcam is easier than VTubing. You get to look at my ugly looking mug. That's what you get. Is there a patch for weapon? Guild report at the top. Oh, guild report. Okay, so here. You can amend the bonuses on a fully reinforced Gogma Ardian weapon to activate even more powerful reinforcement bonuses. Okay. Coming with free title update 4, rarity 8, Ardian weapons can be upgraded into Gogma Ardian weapons. So it's kind of what I speculated. And that is to say that Gogma is going to give you the materials to upgrade the Ardian weapons, and they're going to become Gogma Ardian weapons. Upgrading Ardian weapons this way will carry over any existing reinforcement bonuses, but also apply one set bonus skill and one group skill chosen at random, and then you can keep rolling that. It's just like I said, right? Everybody was worried if this was going to break your Ardian. It's not going to break your Ardian. You're just going to have to roll it until the end of time. That's pretty much how it works. Which makes sense, because, like, imagine if it would break an Ardian weapon. That'd be ridiculous. The thing is, it's actually a really bad time to farm right now in Monster Hunter, because they're going to make it easier for you to get armor spheres with the next update. So this is actually a really bad time to grind for armor spheres. You should be grinding for armor spheres next update, which is like the 16th, I think. It's the 16th, right? It's like Safi. Yep. Rory's so boomer for that. Yep. At least you can't break them. Yeah, it would be really stupid if you'd be able to break your weapons. Yeah, see, like here, coming with free title update 4, smelting points for our calcite and armor spheres at Smelting Foundry will be increased. So for everyone that smelted your whole inventory of items, congratulations. Easier to obtain armor spheres. An event quest that's sufficient for collecting heavy armor spheres will be made permanently available. The amount of armor spheres, including heavy armor spheres obtained from limited bounties, will be increased. So that gives you further incentive to do the... Wait, limited bounties is the weekly stuff. So it's doing the weekly things. I smelted everything. You lose, sir! You lose! That's what happens. I'm gonna pour my 60 gore gems into armor spheres. You have a strange obsession with Gore Magala, and you should probably seek help. My friend emptied his inventory 2 days ago. Coldbrick, this was known more than 2 days ago, though. You didn't warn your friend? Because we knew this. They said this at the Paris Games Week or whatever, that they were going to make it easier. Or at least around Paris Games Week. So happy I haven't smelted anything since the game started. Oh my god. Hates is going to be rolling in on armor spheres. He's going to be coming in on one of those pimped out rides. Going to be like, move, bitch. Get out the way. Look at all my armor spheres. Yeah. It's like coming in. Yeah. See, Antonio Cunningham is a man after my own heart. He didn't smelt it because he didn't know if he was going to need the materials. It's the same thing for me. I smelted some, but I always keep like 40 or 30 of each, or however much it is that I usually keep. Yeah. Thank God PC has mods for selling armor spheres. I don't like that. 99 heavy armor spheres. Luckily I decided to keep at least 30 of everything just in case. Damn. I'm a hoarder. It's pretty bad. Me too. It's really bad. Stop justifying your hoarding. No! It was a plan. It's not hoarding. I planned it. I knew they were changing things. I've always known. You think we'll get a new look for Gogma Ardians? Of course. They're going to get like a further evolution on their thing. Title update 4, remove limited for some event quests have armor spheres. What? I'm a hoarder in so many aspects in life. Like now I'm hoarding these Necron miniatures. Look at this. Doesn't this look cool? All I have to do is like 2 shades of gray in here. This will be perfect. This guy's gonna mess somebody's day up. Look at him. He's a little Necron dude. I have one that's fully painted, just not based yet. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about. A friend of mine actually loaned me a different green that I'm going to be using, which is this thing. I'm going to be using this on my Necron soon. Have you seen the new mod that decompresses textures? I've heard about it. Why is it white armor? No, it's not white armor. It's going to be like this. It's just the light makes it look too bright. It's actually not light. It's like it's gray on top here, and then it's darker gray on the limbs and stuff. It's just the lighting, the ring light on my face makes this look brighter than it should. Like if I just do this. See, the problem is now you can't see because it's too goddamn dark. But that's the thing. Usually the places you play in are not like the best lit... they're not like the best lit location. So, therefore, I want the miniature to be somewhat bright, because otherwise it just becomes like a black blob in the middle of all the terrain. Buy your kid some cigarettes, bro. Menthol ones. Yes, it's exactly what he needs. Tummy Giggles, thank you for the soul's tip of the hat. Appreciate support, thank you. Other one looks like it'll definitely mess some people up. Actually, the one that will mess people up is this one. Because see, you want to know what this one does? It's not painted at all. It's just has a white undercoat. What this one does, I think it's this one because it's got the little ball thing there on the cannon. What this one does is you shoot somebody, does a fuckload of damage, but then let's just, you know, let's just say, oh, this person actually survived. You're like, okay, well, now I get to roll a dice. And if you score like a 4+ or whatever it is, your character is just deleted. You don't even get to save or anything. He's just deleted. He's just gone. He's been teleported from existence. Sent to the fucking void. Into the nether realm it goes. Don't try to showcase a mini without a studio light. Gonna look bad regardless. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I prepare mine for the tabletop, so I want them to have somewhat bright colors, so that when you put them on the tabletop, it looks nice, without it being super well lit. The balance in Kill Team seems really bad. Because it is. It's actually terrible. It's atrocious. It's super bad. Especially since the recent introduction of new TAC Ops, it's gotten way worse. Basically, if your team only moves 5, you're fucked. And guess what? Dwarves, they don't move too fast. They're kind of slow. So they're all fucked. What happened with Where Winds Meet? I haven't played it since the last live stream. It's like, I'm getting a little bit bored of all of the chores they have you do. I'm just playing the game and I'm like, oh, can I do some combat? They're like, how about this puzzle dungeon? Okay. Then I go into another dungeon. Can I go do some combat? How about this other puzzle dungeon? Okay. And then I go do a side quest. Can I do some combat? How about you carry this lamp? It's so much. And I understand that for a lot of people, they'll just get through that and, you know, get to the good parts that they want. But it's just, I find it really challenging to get invested if it's going to be just a ton of loads and loads and loads of chores so that I can do like 5 minutes of combat. Like, I think in the last stream that we did like 5 hours of stream. And if that was 30 minutes of combat, that was probably what... I don't even think it got the 30 minutes of combat. Maybe I should play it off stream or something, but I don't know. Go play a real man's game like Abiotic Factor or a dating sim. Yes. Neo 3 Brewery, did you see the new info? Nope. Haven't seen it yet. I know that Cowboy got to play it. Seigo Saiga, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. You're a solid dude. I fox with you, Hunter-san. Thank Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. That should do a spin-off like Black Desert. Yeah, Crimson Desert. I'm so excited for it. Jesus. Hey, Alex. Alex, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. You ready for Druid and PoE? Needs to see more super chats. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Dude, I've made a decision about PoE, which is I'm likely only playing Mercenary moving forward. I had so much fun with that crazy Mercenary build I came up with, which I didn't make it very far because Monster Hunter had like a major update and I had to kind of like focus on that. But, I mean, we made it to endgame and we were... What tier were we on? 7, 8? We're progressing into 7, 8 by doing the, what was the thing? The Spiral Molten Blast spam thing that we're doing. That was working really well. That 500k sub special is gonna look Wildcat Ear VR Ruri playing dating sims. Oh, man. I'm excited for Druid just to use primal weapons. Wait, we're getting primal weapons? Now you're talking. I want another melee weapon. I need a melee weapon that's not the mace. Gotta do the Merc Grenade Launcher Totem build? Oh, dude. That's the one that Zizaran was playing, right? That looked really good. Except you need to wear sunglasses. Like he was, because like bright flashes all the goddamn time. Oh, can't wait for axes and swords. I want swords. I want some. You know what I want? I want shield throw. I'm assuming Path of Exile 1 has some type of shield throw build. I'm waiting for that to come to Path of Exile 2. I want shield throws. I want shield abilities. I want that. What was that ability that you get? The Molten Blast or whatever? No, not Molten Blast. It's the Molten Block thing. I wanted that to be more viable. I want more things like that. I really like the blocking and punching back and that type of playstyle. I loved it. I was doing that on bosses, but it kind of sucked. It didn't deal any damage. But that's what I want to do. I want to go up to a boss and then just go like, bam, bam, get shield slammed, bitch. Shield slammed into oblivion. That feels so good. PoE 1 has shield throw. Yeah, I'd expect it to have. Shield throws are neglected in gaming. See, this is why earlier, Mrs. Tummy Giggles was saying that like, Godfall. Godfall had an amazing shield throw, bro. You had the parries, then you could throw the shield, then you could teleport yourself to where the shield was. That shit was crazy. I like that. Yeah, Basil, sir, I know that the original Hades had shield throws. Hades 2 doesn't have that, though. That's why I said I preferred the weapons on the original Hades versus the ones on Hades 2. The game sucked my ball sacks, though. The content was the problem. The combat was really good. Play shield throw in Elden Ring DLC when? I'm trying to remember the shield throw from Elden Ring's DLC. Was it bad? Was there even one? Was there a shield throw? And yeah, the smithing weapons. Yeah, there was a shield throw, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good, was it? Dragon Dad, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate support. Thank you. The shield throw mechanics in Doom. Yeah, Doom the Dark Ages. Shield throw in there was amazing. That was amazing. I do remember some kind of a shield throw, but I remember that shield, something about that throw being kind of weak. I remember that it was a tiny shield, that's why I did not like it. There you go. It was small. Shield too small. Okay? Size matters. Okay? Don't listen to your girlfriend. It absolutely matters. They lie all the time. Antonio, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. This year's been amazing. Game with just finished Tales of Xillia remasters. Now I'm going to come back to Monster Hunter Wilds, but I'm using Lance now. Good job. I still need to go finish Expedition 33. like I said, I'm probably doing that off stream because otherwise I know that I'm going to start the streams, then I'm going to see that it's doing bad for the algorithm or whatever. So at some point I'm just going to like lock in, do nothing, not even show up for streams and just play Expedition 33. And then I'll make a video talking about it. I've also been thinking about giving Silksong a shot too. We'll see. Have you seen the Warhammer Survivors game? No. What's the Warhammer Survivors game? I haven't heard of that. This? Is there like an official trailer? Wait. This thing? Okay, first of all, very important thing. Can I play as Leagues of Votann? If I can't play as Leagues of Votann, I'm going to be one frustrated space dwarf. Using Ponkles? What? Isn't Ponkles the guy who made Vampire Survivor? Using Ponkles, Vampire Survivor's... Of course, it's a blueberry. Of course. It's always the goddamn blueberries. I can't believe that even Akalon is like major fan of the blueberries. God damn it, bro. I'd expect Akalon to at least be into some chaos or something, but no, bro's like, nah, blueberries. Everybody loves blueberries. Wait, that was, whatchamacallit? That was a, damn it, I forget what the golden ones are. Custodes. That was a custody. Oh, dude, there's a Fire Slayer! What the fuck? Bro, that's a Fire Slayer! That's not even from 40K! That's from Sigmar! All right. I hope it's Gotrek. That'd be amazing. What if it is Gotrek? I'd still like Leagues of Votann. I'm a big fan of the Hernkin. Big fan of the Hernkin. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He's sold now, looks badass. See, this is why I need to play Absalom. Because there's a dwarf in there with a gun. I need to play the game that has the dwarf with a gun. This is very important. How far did you get in Expedition 33? I can just show you guys. I don't think there's even any spoilers on it. Let me see. But it's very, very early on. So it was... It's this one. So... The first stream has 6 hours. Second stream has 3 hours and a half. The other two streams are about 7 hours. So I was like 13 hours in, which let's take 1 hour off because you're streaming it, paying attention to chats like 12 hours in. And we were... Get in there, Mile. A chromatic orphaleme. Oh, I think that this was just like a really stupid thing that I did because there was no way to win this.
Let's dance.
Yeah, there was no way to win that, I don't think. Not at our level. Nah, bruh. I was trying to see the last story battle I had done. We're good, thank you. I did some world boss in here. Glaze. We did Glaze. But actual... Because I was just doing, like, side stuff. You guys know me. I love getting lost and doing side things. I'm trying to find the last story bit. I think... Is this the last story bit we did, maybe? This is when I went back to the arena, I think. Or no. No, this is probably the last story bit that we did around here. We found the Expedition 68 rest point. Yeah, that's how far I made it. Being a dwarf fan, have you ever grown your beard to dwarven levels? I've grown it pretty big. There was this friend of mine who kept telling me she would braid my beard. And so I was like, okay. So I let it grow, and it was like up to here. And then she was like, this shit's too hard. And I was like, all right. Yeah, I was still in Act 1. I know I was still in Act 1. But anyway, let's have a look at some of these videos, because I still want to see if I get to fight a Jarikon 9 stars today, and we have quite a few things to go over. I guess we can get started by taking a look at Path of Exile 2. The time has come! The Last of the Druids announcement trailer. So, let's have a look-see here. Reminder that Rurikon is a fair-weather dwarf who abandoned his space dwarfs because he cared more about winning. What? What do you mean? I did not abandon my dwarves. Every tournament I've ever been to, I've played Leagues of Votann. What do you mean, bro? Stop lying. The last game I did was with my Ernkin Jaegers. Edric, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Saw your update this morning. That sounds exactly like my childhood primary school experience with ADHD. Want to let you know it gets better and your son will remember and appreciate all the hard work on his behalf. I certainly hope so, but, you know, it doesn't matter if he appreciates it or not. I'm going to do it regardless. I will put in the work, even if later on he doesn't appreciate it, because it's just what a father's supposed to do. But thank you. Appreciate it. You jump ship to Deathwatch and Necrons? I didn't jump ship. I wanted to have other teams just to play them every now and then. But for competitive, I still want to focus mostly on Votann and... I was going to say Votann and Salvagers, but it's Jaegers and Salvagers. The thing is, they absolutely are not competitive right now. Absolutely not. Anyway, as I was saying, the Last of the Druids announcement trailer. Let's see what this is about.
For those who
Wait, the volume's a little bit low.
For those who walk alone, the night bites colder. But there are those who bite back.
December 4th.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. In 3 weeks we'll be launching The Last of the Druids, our third major addition to Early Access. Join us on the 4th of December for GGG Live, where we'll be revealing everything we have in store. If you haven't gotten a key for Early Access yet, then good news. We'll be having a free weekend alongside the launch. Players on all platforms including Steam, Xbox and PS5 will be able to play the entire game for free over the 3 days of the launch weekend. See you there!
Oh, so it's just an announcement of an announcement? They're actually not showing anything? Okay, fair enough. But I would highly recommend, by the way, if you guys are still on the fence about this game, I cannot recommend it enough. This is, like, probably the best ARPG I've played since Diablo 2. Straight up. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Really, really good. I never play early access. I mean, yeah, I just feel like PoE 2 is worth it. The worst of all trailers, a trailer to a trailer. Why is it still early access? It's still early access because they want the game to be really, really fleshed out. But to give you an idea, here's how much time I've spent on this early access game. Only 427 hours. What a casual. I only spent 427 hours in this early access game. What a miserable experience. How's the end game? Does it get hyper cracked like PoE 1? Right now, on the latest league that they've done, yes. Eventually you do get hyper cracked like PoE 1, which is something that I'm not a big fan of. But I still think that the journey, even if you get to the end game and you're like, this isn't for me, I feel like playing through the campaign is rewarding enough to the point where you feel good, even if you just do the campaign. You're like, that was fun. Like, I had a blast just doing the campaign. As a matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I have more fun replaying the campaign, and we've replayed the campaign, 3 times now? I have more fun replaying the campaign than doing the end game. And I'm probably in the minority there, but I have more fun. The progression of the campaign to me is more fun than the progression of the end game. Because when you get to the end game, it's all about, like, make it go faster, make it hit harder, make it... Whereas during the campaign, I'm actually like, no, I have to block this, I have to dodge this. And when you get to the end game, it's like, no, I just have to kill everything super duper fast before it kills me. But, yeah. Yeah, the campaign is the most fun part of it for me right now. Join the hardcore. You'll play. Oh yeah, I did a little bit of hardcore. I did like 3 or 4 hardcore characters, and I was like, nah, bro. I get tired of starting over. I get way too tired of starting over. Does it have a good storyline? Yeah, the story is good. I like it. Bro, my friends are typing up a storm. Jesus, they're going crazy. Absalom is incredible. Vader of Locksley. I hope I hope it is, because I am curious to try that out. If we get that, I'm using it for the Mjolnir for the Captain America build. I would never play NC. I assume you mean hardcore. I don't have the mindset for it. Yeah, hardcore is not for everybody. Never played a JRPG, so I'll check it out. You mean an ARPG. It's not a JRPG, it's an ARPG.
Director on Path of Exile 2.
Anyway, we have another game that I want to be checking out the footage of. We saw this footage yesterday, but there's additional information over here on the Xbox Wire, so we're going to be going over it real quick. Tides of Annihilation, action adventure. Oh, action adventure? I thought it was just going to be action, considering all the set pieces. See, action adventure is more like Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, that type of thing. Just action is more like Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry. I thought this was going to be more in line with Devil May Cry than necessarily action-adventure, so that's a little bit surprising. Action-adventure game set in modern-day invasion-fractured London, where the lone survivor Gwendolyn seeks the Holy Grail to rescue her sister and restore the world. A core unique feature is the dual frontline battle system that allows Gwendolyn to summon and command spectral forms of the Knights of the Round Table, utilizing their attacks, and customizable abilities in combat. The new trailer highlighted a spectacular boss fight against the witch Tyranno, showcasing a new mechanic to the dual frontline battle system where the player controls both Gwendolyn and the knight Sir Lamorak to overcome the mirror space folded realm. So wait, you're actually controlling both the characters? That is crazy. Hello, gaming friends. My name is Kung Fu. Okay, bro. Your name is what? My name is... Bro, what an amazing name! Bro's name is Kung Fu! All you needed was a G in here. It'd be perfect. My name is Kung Fu, lead game producer at Eclipse Glow Games. I am part of a team developing Tides of Annihilation, a new action-adventure title set in a shattered version of modern-day London fractured by an otherworldly invasion. You play as Gwendolyn, the lone human survivor who takes on a vital quest to rescue her sister and restore the world by searching for the mythical Holy Grail. After revealing Tides in February, we received so much amazing feedback that helped our development. Today we are revealing our newest gameplay trailer showcasing the intense combat mechanics in a boss fight, as well as offering a deeper look at the knight summoning system gamers will be able to experience. Tides of Annihilation story and setting takes inspiration from an Arthurian legend. Early in the game, Gwendolyn gains the ability to summon and command spectral forms of the Knights of the Round Table. This is our dual frontline battle system. It is one of the key unique features where players will utilize different attacks of each knight in combat, as well as customize their configuration and abilities. There's a lot of depth in this system. We want players to feel that each of the knights are more than just a tool to be used, more like a sidekick to assist in their quest to save humanity. There's more to reveal on the dual frontline battle system, but let's focus on the featured knight in the trailer, Sir Lamorak, who assists Gwendolyn in her spectacular battle against the witch boss Tyranno. In the newest trailer debuting at today's Xbox Partner Preview Showcase, the footage builds up to a boss fight where Gwendolyn must overcome the shape-shifting and reality-bending powers of Tyranno. When Tyranno transforms into a massive bird beast, she spawns clones to attack Gwendolyn and then creates a mirror space folded realm that Gwendolyn cannot pass through to fight Tyranno. This is when Lamorak appears inside the mirror space, interferes with Tyranno's attack, and assists Gwendolyn by throwing his spear for her to wield, enabling Gwendolyn to shatter this mirror barrier, separating the folded realms. This boss fight is an exceptional demonstration of how we combine high-intense action with cinematic-like visual splendor, as players fight on the ground and in air while both inside and outside the mirror. The scale of battle is expanded where movement and attack timing is needed to be even more precise, quick, and decisive. Our dev team are huge cinema fans, and the dimension-shifting combat sequences were inspired by iconic action scenes from Inception, big fan, The Matrix, big fan, and Doctor Strange. Like those memorable movie scenes leading to a big confrontation, we wanted players to feel that same euphoria, a combination of excitement and dread, in the boss fights of Tides of Annihilation. This boss fight not only highlights the dazzling visuals as more complex mirror spaces are created by Tyranno, but also reveals a new part of the unique dual frontline battle system. We first showed off this system in our announcement trailer that enabled players to set up 2 sets of spectral knight summons, 4 knights total at a time. Different knights can be summoned to enhance Gwendolyn's abilities and will be especially useful in executing combination chain attacks. Players can freely swap knights in the midst of battle, even mid-combo. Okay, that's going to make combos really complex, I feel. If you're going to be swapping knights mid-combo, it's going to be crazy. To extend chains or adjust your tactics, example, time stop, defensive shield. In this new trailer, the knight Sir Lamorak lends his power to Gwendolyn, enabling the player to control both Gwendolyn and Lamorak simultaneously to fight inside and outside, so the player is in control of Lamorak during that fight. Outside the mirror-folded realm, the ability to summon, command, and control spectral knights with the dual frontline battle system is all about giving players the freedom to shape their own combat style. I wonder if this means that when you swap control, like you probably swap control to the knight and then just, you know, AI takes over the main character or something. With Tides of Annihilation, our dev team wanted to bring an epic and unique game story built on the treasured stories of valor, chivalry, and loyalty of the Arthurian legends. Having this story take place in a unique modern-day setting brings a different yet familiar perspective. We also felt this was a good opportunity to tell the new stories on the heroes that may not be as well known in Arthurian lore. Sir Lamrak and Tyronoe are two good examples of such characters, as Gwendolyn uncovers how the fates of both this valorous knight and diabolical witch are intertwined in madness and conflict. We want to thank the Xbox team for this great opportunity and are excited to potential Xbox Play Anywhere, blah, blah, blah. Tides of Annihilation is in active development. We look forward to the response to this new gameplay trailer. Appreciate all feedback in our quest to make the best game possible. Okay, let's have a look-see at that boss fight with the additional context that we have now. Gonna lower the volume a smidge, because I'm gonna be pausing a lot. It's gonna be a bit jarring.
Another folded realm. Is this a memory from Lamarak's past?
So I'm gonna take it that you're gonna have companion quests, kind of. You're gonna have companion quests, and right now we're doing Lamarak's quest because they specifically hinted in the passages that we just read that Lamrak and Tyronoe are somewhat connected. And I know I'm butchering the pronunciation of, is it Tyronoe? Tyronoe? Tiranu? I don't know, dude. I'm just going to call her Ty. Witch Ty, okay? That should be good. So, but they are connected.
We thought all his knights were dead. Yet Lamarak sends one more. I almost admire him.
Tyranno! But you're one of the White
Tyranno.
King's sorceresses. You destroyed the Whitelands.
That destruction is in fact salvation.
You're insane!
You know not of what you speak. Accept your defeat.
I'm curious if that was a barrier just a block.
Lamarak! She's created another folded realm. I can't reach her.
So, see, Lamarak is fighting, and according to what they said previously, we're in control. So who's control? Yeah, you can actually see it right here on bottom left. You can see that you swap control. So Lamrak is the one you're controlling right now, I think.
We cannot profit but this mere shard. Take the spear.
No, actually, this didn't really change, so I don't know if we are controlling her or Lamrak. I assume right now we're controlling her. Maybe it's not a... Oh! Control swapped over to this side. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what this is. But maybe what they mean by control is you can, like, influence what it does.
Not enough.
She's definitely using a different knight now, though.
Even with your new ally, we end this here. Enemy of my enemy, I lend you my strength.
We fight as one.
So she fused Lamrak with this Palamedes character.
Tyranno 99. You will not escape justice. Justice.
So right now it just seems like the way that it's being controlled is he just follows through with her attacks. So this almost feels like a Spartan Rage moment where, I'm powered up, let's go. The animations are really good.
Foolish night, and your foolish fire. Faced with the agony of truth, you choose the comfort of lies.
Yeah, like, see there? Let me just... No. You can see her command the summon. See, she commands the summon there. And that's what it is. So you give instructions to the summons, you don't take direct control of the summons. So she commanded the summon to hit her, and when the summon hits her, it pushes her out. And then when she gets pushed out, you combo into her, which is pretty cool.
Loyalty without inquiry is in itself a betrayal. Your loyalty has condemned this man.
I still get Dalamud vibes from this. Those of you who played Final Fantasy XIV will know. This game reminds me of Final Fantasy XVI a lot in terms of the spectacle. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't think that this is actually a action adventure. They're just calling it an action adventure. I think this is going to be much more like a character action game. I think that's kind of like what they're shooting for with all the spectacle, all the stuff that is happening. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But I like it. I like it a lot. I think that this is going to be really, really fun. I've liked this one since I first saw it. I think it's going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. Hack and slash spectacle. Yep. Jesus. My friends are just going ballistic because, like, we're supposed to be playing tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play tomorrow or not, but yeah, they're just like going rampant with plans. Loads of sound effects. It's like trailers are rough when it comes to sound effects. This game immediately reminds me of Chaos Legion, a niche action game by Capcom back in PS2. Never heard of Chaos Legion. Reminds me I still have got to get Stellar Blade. Dude. Stellar Blade was awesome. I loved Stellar Blade. gonna be less of a chaos fest on usual overworld fights, most likely. Maybe like Devil May Cry 5, yeah. Final Fantasy 16 is a very low bar. I'm sure we'll clear just fine. I like Final Fantasy 16, okay? Final Fantasy 16 gets a bad rap over the side quests. But if you take, you know, it's like it didn't bother me, the side quests, because I've played lots of MMOs, and I've played 14, so it's whatever. But like, 16 was awesome. I love 16. Awesome in what manner, Rurikon? What do you mean? I like the action. Let me take a look at some of the stuff that they have in here. See if there's like a screenshot or something that we missed out on. So there's concept art. Let's get this a little bit bigger. Ooh. Can I not? This web page is weird. I should have downloaded the whole thing. Damn, look at this bad boy. Big sword plunged into the earth. Let's take a look at these screenshots. Oh, it's the folded realm from the fight we just saw. Oh, this is from the gameplay we just watched. I need to get another cough drop. My throat's acting up. Am I allowed to show the whole brass pack? Yes, the embargo ended yesterday. This still seems mostly from the fight we just saw. Ah. That's different. Embargo on what? On these screenshots. Damn, look at that bad boy. That was an embargo on these. Yep. Looks interesting. I'm interested. I will be checking it out. Watch the old gameplay. I already have a video going over the old gameplay. It's also a 4K video from PlayStation. Isn't it the same thing? I would imagine if it got released yesterday, it should be the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yet Lamorak said...
Yeah, this is exactly the same thing we just watched. Hey, Rabito. Very inspired by the summon fights in 16 for sure. Yep, Clive May Cry is fun. Can I link a gameplay trailer? I think it should be safe, as long as it's a YouTube link. I don't think the bots do anything to YouTube links. I think we've seen this one, but this one's like new.
My black granite and bone, we have endured yet another ambush. This road is as perilous as it is joyless.
The greatest peril, to my senses, is your stench, and the sorry shape that bears it.
We'll see how choosy you'll be when the void invites you in.
Spirits preserve me. Just get back in the knapsack.
Fine, fine. But remember, we must reach the moon gate and find some clue as to how it may be opened.
Just out of curiosity real quick before we go any further. They don't say what the engine is in here. I love how it's the first question in this team community. Yes, it's Unreal Engine 5.
I still pray we might find survivors. Someone who can tell us what truly happened here.
You know what this physics engine reminds, not the engine, but like the physics that they've used in this little scene remind me of? It reminds me of Die by the Sword. You used to have like this special mode, which was Goblin Football or whatever it was, where you just have these big maces that you would use to hit a goblin. No, not a goblin, a kobold. You'd hit a kobold in the face and you'd try to score goals with it. And it was like... Although I'd like to see dismemberment. Because right here you're swinging a sword, but it almost feels like you're hitting them with a mace.
Let him go for now, youngling. Let's see what this place holds.
Youngling, do you know my age, rodent?
Your years mean little. This is your first vigil. Thus, you are a neophyte, whether you enjoy the title or not.
I like the music. Ring of Regeneration. Ornate leather armor. Damn, our bro thick. Big and thick. Oh, we have an axe? Now you're speaking. Do we have a shield to go with that axe? This is important, goddammit. Oh no, wait. Oh no. Red flag. There's no offhand. That means there's no shield. Maybe you can use the axe here and the shield there. This is Sparta! Oh, he's using the left hand to cast spells. Ah! Yes! Oh my, okay, that was good. You guys saw that? Let's see that again. That was good. Like, look. Chop, bitch! Gave that bitch the chop. That's what's up. He's not talking about his goddamn foreskin either. Look at that shit. Boom! That's what happens. I want to see his head come off. Parry? That was beautiful. That's a pretty looking hammer. Ooh, no blocking that. Hit him with the Fus Roda. Ooh, poisoning the blade. Perfect dodge. Bonk. That's right, choking your blood. Oh, you have to clean the sword? Need some light source. Why not equip the torch in the left hand and then the axe in the right? The name of this game is Fate Keeper. That sure was a lot of corpses. It looks interesting. It looks interesting enough. I might check it out. Camera movement is not how any real person plays first-person game. Yeah, of course not. This is scripted. Scripted left and right looking. I mean, I do look left and right whenever I'm playing games like this, but I don't do it like, oh, let me do it atmospheric. Like, I'm like, is anything there? No? Okay, good. Let's go. This way. Who's developing this? Is it just THQ Nordic? Developed by Paraglacial. 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 The list of games developed by Paraglacial. Fate Keeper. Looks like it's their first game. Looks like this is their first game then. Will you play Exodus when it comes out? Definitely. I'm super interested in Exodus. That's like the game that is made by... Isn't it made by a lot of people that left BioWare that had worked on Mass Effect? It definitely feels like it's Mass Effect inspired. Hoping we get more info at the Game Awards. Yep. I'm super interested in that game. So anyways, Rot CS or Chief, thank you very much. See, this is one of the issues with the current naming thing. I don't know what your actual name is, because I'm sure it's not that, because you've been a Thane for 17 months. This is stupid ass YouTube garbage. But ROTC, thank you very much for being grossing to us for 17 months as a Thane! You absolute Giga Chad. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. It's Luis. Really? Oh my god. That is crazy. Well, thank you, Louise. I appreciate it. The way the hammer guy slides on the floor and snaps to your position so his attacks lands is so off-putting. It's just the beginning. It's using my email. Yeah, I wish YouTube would stop doing that. It's so annoying. Sierra51, thank you very much for being roasting incandescent. As a long beard, you could get Chad. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Column rotisserie chef. Figures unveiled. Hey, what's up? Excited for Title Update 4? Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. Gonna grind the crap out of Gogmazios. Okay, so another one we have to check out because I've missed out on some gameplay footage from this game is obviously Crimson Desert, because we're gonna be playing this game. Like, I might be a little bit late to Crimson Desert though. because we have Stories 3 happening at exactly, well, not exactly, but fairly close to one another. Either I pre-record Stories 3 or I don't know what we're doing, but I'm definitely going to be jumping into this one as well. So let's check out the latest gameplay. Samuki Igzon, thank you very much for being roasting again. That's the tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. But let's check this out. Crimson got a new trailer. This was a month ago. This was stuff that I've been missing out for quite some time. So it's not like recent or anything like that. It's just I haven't seen these trailers in a hot minute and I want to check them out.
Citizens of Pywell. Today, a new chapter in this land's history shall be written by our own hand.
We fight those who wield power to prey on the weak. Beasts who think themselves men. That is what it means to be a Freeman. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Cliff, seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
In the end, all will come together as one. We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is
I love
not
how
for
he's got all
revenge,
these crazy techniques.
nor glory, nor pride.
There's mech suits, okay? This is like a steampunk dragon.
Nor glory, nor pride.
And then a goddamn mech suit. Why? We don't know. It doesn't matter. It's so crazy, dude. And you can RKO people. That's another thing. You can just straight up go up to somebody, RKO them out of nowhere.
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
March 19th. So this was the release date trailer, but accompanying this, there was also some new gameplay on IGN.
IGN first for October is Pearl Abyss's Crimson Desert, the open-world action-adventure set in the fantasy continent of Pywell. First up for you, we've got 11 minutes of brand new gameplay to show, featuring a full quest as our hero Cliff is tasked with infiltrating a castle and taking down the burly boss at the centre of it. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
This seems familiar to the gameplay that I already did.
I'm here to see Duke Wales.
His Grace is busy.
Ah, Greymane. Countess Azarian said you'd be coming.
Your Grace.
Give us a moment. Seeing you turn up here has given me a glimmer of hope. Strong words. What's made things so hopeless? I was away at General Bastier's request on a training exercise. And in that time, my fortress was overrun by rebels and taken. Quite the clever lot, too. They must have counted on me not being able to refuse the Grand General.
Your Grace, our scouts have reached the North Gate.
We'll start by retaking the fortress. Then let's see what comes next. I'll be leading the assault from outside. Would you support my men at the North Gate?
This is the most UE5 shaders looking game. I mean, unless you were talking about Fatekeeper and I missed the comment back then, but this is actually not Unreal Engine 5. This is the, forget if it's called a Black Abyss engine or whatever it is, but it's something Abyss engine. Because this is from Pearl Abyss, and this is their proprietary engine.
Ha! Your sorry excuse for a fighter.
RKO out of nowhere with the toss. Dude, that's crazy. I love the combat in this game. Pole vault kick, because why not?
Finish it off. I'm going to make you beg.
Traversal skills. You didn't have to do all those shenanigans. You can actually just walk up to a wall and climb it. Wait, what? Anybody else getting bombarded with ads on YouTube more than usual lately? I had to watch 3 of them to watch this stream. Like, I'm gonna actually show you guys without changing anything. Okay? Mid-roll ads automatic, frequency low. This is the lowest setting. And I only have mid-roll ads on exclusively because I know for a fact YouTube has been not recommending the stream if I don't have this on. So it's like I already have it set to the lowest possible frequency. Fucking YouTube, dude. Worthless. Gee, I've been through 8 ads? Bro, we've been live for 90 minutes! How did you go through 8 ads? YouTube, what the fuck? We've been live for literally 90 minutes. How's this person been through 8 ads? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Oh my god. Because, like, the worst part is like, I can turn off ads, and then the stream doesn't get recommended. See, that's the problem. And this is something that everybody in YouTube will now thought, oh no, we don't do anything based on monetization. We don't do it. Bullshit. Of course they do. 100%. I've seen it. I've experienced it a million times over. Because I'm always one of the creators that takes the longest to implement, like, mid-roll ads on anything. And because of that, I always notice it, like, oh, shit's going down really bad. And then I turn on mid-roll ads, and all of a sudden, magically, the numbers start going back up. When the only thing that changed is like, oh, I turned on mid-roll ads, and all of a sudden, everything's going much better. Huh. Funny how that works. It must be a coincidence. It's a fucking coincidence. It's just so frustrating because, like, I would rather not have ads on the streams. I would rather not do it, but I already know that it affects recommendations. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. So here's the way that I see it. If you guys want to use ad block, fucking ad block the shit. 100%. I'm telling you, the only reason I do it, it's not for the money. It is specifically so that YouTube doesn't put this stream on the naughty boy list of the one that doesn't do ads. If you guys can, you should ad block. Ad block the fuck out of this. A lot of you guys even support financially, so just ad block the fuck out of it. Ad block the whole fucking channel for all I care. I don't give a fuck. Like, straight up. It's crazy. People shouldn't have to use ad block. Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't have to. Ads should just be, like, reasonable. It should just be like, let's say an ad every 30 minutes. That's like somewhat reasonable. It's so frustrating, dude. This game is so cool. This is blowing my mind, honestly. Yeah. It's hella good, dude. The biggest problem with this game, which I don't know if they're going to change it or not, but I can tell you right now, the biggest complaint I have with this game is the control scheme. It is one of the most impenetrable control schemes you will ever use. It is so incredibly weird. Like the button combinations that you're going to have to do in order to do these crazy moves, they're crazy. This game is Crimson Desert. This is not Where Winds Meet. This is Crimson Desert. It's coming out on the 19th of March next year. Will it be subquest bloated like The Witcher 3? I don't know. The snippet of gameplay that I played had a very specific quest line for you to do. Is there character creation in the gameplay snippets that we've seen? No, it's always the same character. You are going to play a set character called Cliff. I don't know if you get to customize him or not. But I don't think there's character creation. It is a linear story game. I don't know if it's linear story. Has that been confirmed? It definitely seems like a linear story game, but when I asked them about it, they said we haven't really talked about it yet.
thought I heard a rat scurrying about? So you've come here to meet your end? I'll be happy to oblige!
Man, that's a big boy. Oops. So it doesn't seem like this fight has a gimmick like the fight that I did, where you had this gimmick where you stagger the boss, and then eventually after you stagger him, you pick up a pillar, smack him in the face with it. This one seems to be more like a straightforward brawl. Jesus. Why his swings generate sparkles? That's some of the feedback that I gave them as well. I was like, listen, y'all need to change this control scheme. I don't know what you need to change it to. You need to do something about that, because the control scheme is way too rough. And particle effects. Like, look at this bukkake of particle effects right now on screen. At any given moment, if you're in the middle of an action scene in this game, if you pause, there's like particles everywhere. That's just what the art style, that the art decisions that they've made for this game is going to have tons of particle effects. This game looks so mid. What the bro? What? What do you mean? Like, I can't even think of like a game that has a combat as complex as what you're able to do in this game. You're crazy. The washed out gray tones is because whoever recorded this didn't do proper whatchamacallit. You know how there's the deep blacks whenever you're recording from console or from PC, whatever, there's, I forget what the name of it is. It's full RGB. There's full RGB and then there's partial RGB, and sometimes if you record in full RGB but your capture equipment is not good enough to record in full RGB, you get this whitewashed look. The game does not look like this. The game does not look this washed out. I've seen it played in front of me. It looks vibrant. As a matter of fact, there are certain portions of the game that actually looked too dark because of just the contrast levels that the game has. So the game does not look this washed out. So whoever recorded it fucked up. Considering that they're showing this on video, initially I just thought that it was for the presentation stuff. Oh, you kill the guy, you get his gear. But since they're showing this on gameplay footage, well, this is also IGN, so maybe it's still, I don't know, but it seems like the intent is you kill the guy, you instantly get his gear. Because the dude that I killed, the boss that I killed at Gamescom, it was the same thing. I killed the guy, and I instantly had his shield. So yeah. Oh, crap. You get the power, too. I hadn't noticed that. That's pretty legit. See, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the controls. Look at this. In order to simply raise this banner, okay, I want you to pay attention to the sequence of controls we're going to go over to raise this banner and place it in this hole. This could literally be 2 button prompts. You come in to press X to lift the banner, take it to the hole, press X again to put it down. No. No, 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 no. Here's what you do. You press L3 and R3 to enter focus mode. You press triangle and circle to start lifting the banner. You mash X to lift it quickly. You then press triangle to move while holding the banner. And then you hold down on L1, aim to the socket, and you press triangle again. And it's like, when I tell this to people, people are like, you're crazy. It's like, no, that's exactly how it is. Look, it's right there. The instructions are right there. I did this. This is one of the weirdest things ever. Okay? But the worst part is that there's a lot of stuff like this in order for you to do the really cool moves. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I do not understand what was the logic behind this decision. It makes no sense, especially because there's a boss fight where you have to do this sequence of things. You guys know the boss fight I showed you where you pick up the pillar and you smack the boss with the pillar, which is basically like, when we're talking about pillar, you're talking about like a big fucking concrete pillar. This is the sequence of controls you have to do to make that happen. So first, you fight the boss. You beat the boss until he's a little bit exhausted. And then while he's exhausted, you're going to go up to the pillar, press L3, R3, then press triangle, circle, then mash X, then press triangle, and then you're going to hit him with the... No, dude, no. You are crazy. You are crazy. I told them, like, I gave this feedback. And by the way, I've given this feedback twice because I've played this game twice at Gamescom. And twice I went over to them and I said, look, guys, y'all got to figure out this control scheme you got going here because this is crazy. And the funny thing is, the first time I played it, you saw the thing that he was doing. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was here, right? Yeah. You see this thing that he's doing here, where he clutches onto this thing, and then he does this, and then there's this spinning thing. So there was a boss fight where you had to do this in the middle of the boss fight, okay? And the funny thing is, I wasn't able to do it, but then they called somebody over who was like an expert, and they weren't able to do it too. And it got to a point where they were saying, it's glitched. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if it's glitch, bro. It just feels like it's fucking random as fuck. That's what it just feels like. These controls are crazy. And I love this game. I think this game's going to be awesome. Play the fuck out of this game. But like, no, bro. Y'all need to figure your shit out because this is not right. Yeah, we were here. Like, look at him. He's doing the thing. Now he picks it up.
We'll have plenty more Crimson Desert to show you this month ahead of its March 19th, 2026 release, including plenty more gameplay and insight.
Look at how awkward that was. Even after he picked up the thing, all he had to do was the aiming bit. Even the aiming of it is awkward.
It's from the development team. For more Crimson Desert, stay tuned to IGN.
But the game itself is so much fun. It will be worth learning all of these annoying button combinations. but I think it's going to prevent it from being as popular as it possibly could have been, because a lot of people are going to see these button combinations and they're just going to hit refund. It's going to be like, I have to do what now? I have to take a PhD to figure out how to plant this goddamn banner? Hell no. And he's going to peace out. He had to reposition the camera twice. Yeah. Like, what if you missed? If you miss, then the banner falls over and you have to do the whole thing all over again. I missed once. I missed placing the banner once. It just falls over and then you have to pick it up and do the whole thing all over again. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. From what I've played of it, it is a ton of fun. It's just the thing is, I still don't know what the story is going to be like, because very much like Tears of the Kingdom, it's got like this upper section in the world, which I think they showed in the trailer or whatever, if you're paying attention. It's got like an upper section to the world that almost reminds me as if when you go above, you're seeing behind the simulation, and Pywell is kind of like a simulation, and you're using portals and back doors when you're on the top portion, then you can jump down. So I don't know what the story is going to be like, but it looks like it's going to be friggin' crazy insane. So yeah. The control scheme in this game is pain. Did you play it at Gamescom, Redbox? Is it free? I don't think this game's going to be free. I would expect this to be like, you know, your $70 or whatever, something like that, maybe 60. I don't know. Yeah, Rengar for top. We have seen the new Tides of Annihilation boss fight video. Someone must have been memeing when they made this. Yeah, dude. They should make it where you need to co-op to raise the banner. I generally don't like open world games, but I did like the gameplay shown here. The scale of the game is crazy. It's really, really good. The game is $70 on Steam. Oh, do we already have a price? I didn't know that. Let's see. Crimson Desert. Yeah, you're right. It's 70 bones. Yeah. Show me. Yeah, it's 70 bones. 79 for the deluxe edition. But you see, there was like the you see the upper portion is this. This is the upper portion. Those little white things. Yeah, this right here. This whole thing, this is the upper portion of the world, like above the clouds and stuff. It almost looks like the whole world's kind of like a simulation. Then you just go down and you influence the events of what's down here, but up above. Damn. This thing has footage that I hadn't seen yet. I think this was the mission that I played. Golden Star. Oh my god, they're doing it. You probably have to do it in this one. You're riding a bear! Dude, no, we have to watch this one too. Like, what is going on here? Look at this. Is that a werewolf or a gorilla? That looks like a gorilla. Was that us being Doctor Strange? There's a mech. It's shooting missiles. This makes sense. Just straight up riding a bear, because why not? It's pretty cool, dude. Not everyone's riding a bear. What do you mean? Of course. That's what I'm saying. What is it going to take to fly a dragon VR? Mid-game switch to VR, then back to controller, then you jump off. What? How long has this been in development for? Quite some time, because at the beginning, this game was supposed to be an MMORPG. This was going to be the next MMORPG that Pearl Abyss is going to work on, but for some reason, midway through development, they decided we should actually make this into a single-player game. But the project did start as an MMORPG, as kind of like a follow-up to Black Desert Online. Devs basically said, what should we add? And the answer was yes. Correct. The mecha's going to have a lot of buttons to use. I don't know. So anyway, this next one is a very, very, very important video. I'm going to be linking it to you guys. This is a video from Chris Wilson. He used to work in Path of Exile. He has since left Grinding Gear Games. He kind of just like started making videos and whatnot. But this video I find particularly important. I've watched a little bit of it. I haven't watched the whole thing. But the title is Dark Patterns Are Your Games Playing You? And I definitely feel like this is a super important conversation, because I've talked about this a million times, but I feel like he expresses it so precisely, so good. So let's go ahead and have a look at this.
A few years ago, a friend of mine carried a laptop 6 kilometers through the bush just to log into a game and keep a daily login streak alive. That's not.
How many of you have friends that do this? Show of hands. I know a lot of you guys have friends that do this. My friends don't do this anymore because we're old. At least most of my friends don't do this anymore. I mean, Ketnet would probably pull some stunt like this, I think. Ketnet would probably do that. I don't know if Ketnet's still in chat, but he would do this. Q would probably do this as well. But I know that a lot of you guys will have friends that do shit like this. 100%. Back in 2005, we did, like, I used to do it. I used to do it too, don't get me wrong. I used to do the same thing. Not anymore, though. I've grown up. Yeah, that's crazy.
Through the bush just to log into a game and keep a daily login streak alive. That's not fun. That's not entertainment. That's a dark pattern. Hi, I'm Chris Wilson. In this video, I want to show you how some modern games manipulate your schedule, your wallet, and even your friendships. You may have heard the term dark pattern before. It refers to a design that deliberately manipulates user behavior, usually to get those users to spend money or engage more than they intended. A classic example is a hotel site flashing scarcity cues like, only 1 room left, 4 people are booking right now. You also see services that are easy to sign up for but hard to cancel. Confirm shaming buttons that say, I'd rather pay full price. Optional extras like shipping insurance being automatically added to your shopping cart, or pop-ups that say, don't leave yet, you have unpurchased items. Dark patterns like these are increasingly common.
You want to know one of the real life examples that I have of dark patterns? It's fucking ISPs in Portugal, dude. They're always trying to shame you with shit like this. Like, oh, just get like a 2-year loyalty. Ha 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 ha. You'll save so much money. Oh yeah. I remember when my 2 years went up on my old house. The 2 years on my internet connection went up. The amount of people calling me all the time saying like, hey, we noticed your contract. We'd like you to like renew with us, or the amount of people fighting over me. And I was like, nah. And they were like, yeah, but you realize you're paying more right now, right? And I was like, yep. That's fine. I'm paying more, but I'm not stuck with anyone for 2 years. Get fucked, losers. I'm fucking done with that. It's bullshit. It's ridiculous. Diablo 4 thing that happened to you. Yeah, that was an even more disgusting dark pattern because that one was straight up a scamming dark pattern. That one was even worse. But yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
Don't leave yet, you have unpurchased items. Dark patterns like these are increasingly common, to the point where regulators and consumer groups are starting to push back.
Good.
Today I want to talk about a less discussed form of dark patterns, and that's their use in the games that we play and make. Given how much money is made by the games industry, it's no surprise that some developers are applying psychological principles to the reward systems of their games to manipulate players into engaging more. In this video, I'm not talking about gameplay systems that are intentionally addictive or immersive. That's part of the entertainment you signed up for. I'm talking about the meta systems, monetization tricks, retention loops, psychological hooks, and UI traps that manipulate you outside of the actual gameplay. Another way to look at this is, if a developer focuses on making a game as compelling as it possibly can be, and it ends up really fun, interesting, and makes players want to play it again and again, then that developer won't need to rely on manipulative psychological tricks to artificially...
The old just make a good game, lol. One of the examples that I always like to bring, I know that a lot of people will bring up Expedition 33, but I feel like Expedition 33 is still suffers from a lot of recency bias because it was released this year, and therefore it's very easy to just bring up, oh, Expedition 33 is just a fantastic game, and it is, and people play it just because it's a fantastic game. True. I'm going to bring an even older example, Dark Souls. The original Dark Souls has no FOMO mechanics, no daily logins, no additional currencies, no real reason for you to play it beyond your first playthrough. I mean, you can go into New Game Plus if you want to, challenge yourself further, so on and so forth. But basically, not a whole lot of reasons to play past your first playthrough. But we did it anyway. We played it. I don't know. At least I have played it by now hundreds of times to completion. Why? Why did I do that? Because it's just a really fun fucking game. It's a game that doesn't introduce bloat to extend its playtime. It's a game that it is very lean in terms of like all the mechanics it has and all of that stuff. It's just a solid friggin' video game. And therefore, I replayed it plenty of times. Lots of people have replayed Dark Souls. Tons and tons of times. Maybe not hundreds of times, but at least tens of times. Most people have. Most people that watch me anyway. Why do we do it? Because it's just a good game. That's it. If it's a good game, people will play it. If it's worth replaying, people will replay it. You don't need to trick people. But a lot of these companies do. They basically force you to keep playing the game forever.
Again and again, then that developer won't need to rely on manipulative psychological tricks to artificially improve their metrics. Okay, enough preamble. Let's get into some dark patterns. So, like with non-game products, user interface dark patterns are common. For example, some mobile games ask you to rate them out of 5 stars. If you pick 5, you're sent straight to the App Store to leave a review. Anything less sends you to a developer feedback form instead. This quietly biases actual reviews towards higher ratings by making lower scoring reviews harder to leave.
Yeah, because you're just like, bro, I don't want to do this right now. Fine, you want 5 stars? Here's 5 stars. I don't want to fill out no goddamn forms. Yes, exactly. They know that. That's why they do it like that.
Another example of a user interface dark pattern is a game that allows you to spend real money to level up gems that can be socketed into your gear. But
do you realize how specific that is? I want you to listen to that one more time.
Is a game that allows you to spend real money to level up gems that can be socketed into your gear.
What game could he possibly be talking about? I have no idea. What game could he possibly be referring to? Do you guys not have phones? Everyone has a phone. Everyone has a phone. Come on. Oh my God. Give me a second here, guys. I might need to take a quick break. I have a suspicion that this is going to be very important, so give me a minute. It doesn't involve my kids, in case anybody's concerned. Maybe even 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm back. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Let me just... Young Master returns. Yeah, something like that. Let me lower the volume on this bad boy. Actually, we should pause it since we're gonna get back to this Chris Wilson video. Just rewind a little bit to see where we were at. Yeah, like this should be enough. No, Ark, it was not that. I was chatting. I was having a conversation with my dad. Everything's fine. It's just my father wanted to talk to me for a bit. All right. Let me just see, because I think there's going to be yet one more interruption. No. Maybe not. All right. Continuing.
Quietly biases actual reviews towards higher ratings by making lower scoring reviews harder to leave. Another example of a user interface dark pattern is a game that allows
I love how I say I'm back and then I instantly get interrupted again. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But anyways, now we actually are back. Hopefully. Maybe potentially.
biases actual reviews towards higher ratings by making lower scoring reviews harder to leave. Another example of a user interface dark pattern is a game that allows you to spend real money to level up gems that can be socketed into your gear. But players might find that once they have completely maxed out a gem at great expense, more sockets appear, requiring them to spend more money than they initially intended to completely...
Of course, because it's not enough to milk you out of your money for one gem. The gem itself needs to have additional sockets that you have to do it more and more and more.
Max out their character. This moving of the goalposts could potentially manipulate players into thinking they were going to complete their character for one price when it actually costs a lot more.
Of course.
They may not have committed to spending as much if they knew that from the start. Dark patterns in games extend far beyond just deceptive user interfaces, though.
Reminds me of the dungeon boost in Diablo Immortal where more slots would appear if you put in 3. Yup. That's how it goes.
Dark patterns in games extend far beyond just deceptive user interfaces, though. They're typically categorized as temporal, social, psychological, and monetary dark patterns.
Fear
I've
of
put some
missing
links
out.
to some of my references that have comprehensive lists in the video description, but I'll go through a few of the major ones with you right now. Before we get started, I should note that pretty much any mechanism that tries to manipulate a change in user behavior is considered a dark pattern in games, but the severity varies a lot. Some of them are much more mild than others, and a lot of different opinions about which of them are harmless and which are going too far. I'll weigh in with my personal feelings about this later in the video.
Here's my personal feelings about that. They're all bad. Anything that tries to change your behavior is bad. Unless it's your behavior within the game, you know, in terms of like, oh, we're trying to change it so that you're more offensive or you're more defensive or you learn more about this thing or learn more about that thing. That is fine. But anything that is trying to change your habits, as in, we're going to try to get you to play this game more often than you actually intend to, all of that is bad. All of it.
I'll weigh in with my personal feelings about this later in the video. Many live service games.
What game were you referring to earlier, Rui, that does that with the gems? Diablo Immortal. We're talking, I mean, don't you guys have phones? The whole thing? Diablo Immortal. How is this even legal? It's a legal gray zone, so it's not, it's like it's frowned upon, kinda.
I'll weigh in with my personal feelings about this later in the video. Many live service games have daily login rewards. In behavioral psychology, when an action is followed by a reward, your brain learns to repeat it. Every day that you log in and receive this reward, you'll get a hit of dopamine, building a habit over time. Players who are conditioned to logging in every day do it not because they're excited to play, but because it feels like brushing their teeth, just something they have to do.
You want to know what is one of the best examples of this? It was World of Warcraft. And it's interesting because the point at which I really noticed this is actually still during what was one of my favorite expansions, which was during Wrath of the Lich King. Specifically during the Trial of the Crusader dailies, where I would log in every day without fail to do my Trial of the Crusader dailies. Every single day. Like, this was without fail, bro. Like, those dailies needed to get done. No matter what else was happening, the Trial of the Crusader dailies, those were a part of my day.
Excited to play, but because it feels like brushing their teeth, just something they have to do. Some games have login streaks. This is where the rewards escalate for each sequential day you log in. When you break the streak, your rewards reset back down to the minimum level. Now, humans have a strong sense of loss aversion, where losses feel roughly twice as bad as gains feel good, and hence players will go significantly out of their way to avoid breaking these streaks. As I mentioned before, I have a friend who was on an off-the-grid camping trip and had to walk 6 kilometers with his laptop and a 3G modem so he could keep a login streak going in some random game he was playing. There are even games out there that let you pay real money to restore a broken streak. In addition to daily login bonuses, many games have daily tasks or challenges which reset every 24 hours. Players feel obliged to complete these so that the easy rewards don't go to waste. They don't want to miss out on cheap progress that everyone else is getting. Some games rely on dark patterns rooted in social obligation to manipulate you into behaving differently. For example, it's common for mobile base builder games to have guilds or clans where daily participation, like doing quests or donating resources, is important for your guild to succeed. If you don't log in each day and perform these actions, you let your friends down, which causes guilt and social pressure for you to be active daily. This dark pattern can exploit and strain our friendships, especially when the game is tuned to make daily participation essentially mandatory. Other games feature gifting between players, where reciprocation of gifts is rewarded with extra bonuses. This taps into reciprocity pressure to cause you to feel the need to log in daily and return gifts to people. Some games have refer a friend bonuses, or even outright pyramid schemes, where you make faster progress if you have recruited an extensive network of friends to join the game and play with you.
Yep.
Time-gated tasks, or playing by appointment, are when a game tells you have to come back at a specific time or face consequences. Popularized by farming games where your crops would wither and die if not harvested at the right time, the game forces control of your schedule, sometimes making you wake up in the middle of the night to click buttons or lose your investment. Contemporary mobile games often have timers and energy mechanics, where your ability to progress the game is blocked until you come back when these resources have regenerated. While this is less harsh than your crops being completely lost, you'll feel pressure to come back at exactly the right time to maximize your rate of progress. When you're not the one deciding when you play the game, but instead having the game decide for you, it's worth questioning your entire relationship with that game.
I distinctly remember this with the the reset days in World of Warcraft as well. Oh, it's weekly reset. Time to get all of my currencies and all of the things. Let's go. And it's just always going to be that kind of a game when you get the end game, like straight up.
Some live service games create artificial scarcity for their store items. As entirely digital purchases, there's no physical requirement to limit the number of people who can purchase something, but doing so often causes it to sell much faster due to players fearing they're going to miss out. This pattern is similar to the one employed in gacha games, where they often have certain characters available for purchase only occasionally, causing a frenzy of activity when they are. Not only does this cause more sales, but it conditions players to check in with the game daily to see if the character they want is available for sale.
Wilds has weeklies and dailies, yeah, but what you get as rewards for those, usually you don't miss it if you aren't actively planning to play the game. So like, for instance, during the festival, I logged in a couple of days, but I didn't log in every day. Like, there was that one thing that you could get that would give you a bunch of pulls on the charm gacha, but it's like, I don't care. You get a bunch of charms from just, hunting 9-star monsters. Why do I care about getting additional pulls just for doing a random quest? So it's like, I didn't feel the need to log in every single day to Dreamspell. And there was more than enough, like, if you just log in once or twice throughout the whole event, which lasts, 3 weeks? Or was it 3 weeks? Was it 2 weeks? I forget exactly, but I think it was more than 2 weeks. I don't know exactly how much it was. But, you needed to get the materials from, maybe 2 logins or like that across 14 days. Probably more. I think it lasted more than 2 weeks, but, I don't think that was such a big deal. I logged into the last event 3 times and got everything. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm not the biggest fan of them being somewhat FOMO, but at the same time, they do get the community together. So I feel like with the wild stuff is not as bad, but I can understand why some people are against it.
There are a variety of dark patterns related to premium currency in games. Developers can design their premium currency packs to be slightly too small to buy the most desirable items,
of course,
requiring players to purchase more premium currency at once than they plan to. Developers can pick arbitrary exchange rates for their premium currency, so that players can't really understand.
By the way, that last one, I feel like I just glossed over it, but that is one of the most important dark patterns that we have to talk about. It's the whole thing about you need $10 to buy 100 gems, but, obviously, most of the skins that you would want to get are going to cost 110, and $10 is the cheapest one that you can get. So therefore, you're going to have to get the better deal of buying $18 or something like that, $18 worth of gems, because if you buy the 200 gems, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, but you get the $200, and then you end up, you buy the skin that you wanted, which is 110, and then you're left with 90, which effectively can get you nothing. So in reality, you didn't actually save anything because you're like, oh, but I saved because I bought the $20 pack or blah, 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 something like that. Not the $20, the $18 pack. So I saved $2 because the other pack is $10. Now I have extra things. And it's like, no, what ended up happening factually is you now have 90 whatever's worth of currency that you have no way of using. In order for you to actually, spend those, you have to put more money into the store, which you likely will, because they've got you by the balls. Yeah.
Desirable items, requiring players to purchase more premium currency at once than they plan to. Developers can pick arbitrary exchange rates for their premium currency, so that players can't really understand the true cost of the item they're buying.
Players can understand. Players absolutely can understand. They choose to not understand. I'm always keenly aware of all of these currencies.
Cheap items can be placed next to expensive items in the store to make them look like better value. Some games employ special in-game or monetization events that are time-limited or seasonal. The content and rewards are only available for a limited time window. Players do not want to miss out on a unique reward that may never be available again, so this limited availability causes fear of missing out, which leads to intense and anxious play during the event window. There's also a phenomenon called the endowed progress effect, which shows that if players are given a head start on a reward track, then they are far more likely to finish the rest of that track so that they don't waste the progress they have so far, even though they didn't even make that progress themselves. It's a bit like the sunk cost fallacy. This is why some Battle Pass schemes start with the first items already completed, or have some really easy ones that are inadvertently completed while playing. This manipulates players into committing to complete a reward track that they may not have chosen to attempt without the free bump of progress at the start. So we've gone through a bunch of different dark patterns, and some of them seem pretty user hostile. You may be wondering, why would developers pollute their live service games with all this crap? Well, there are several answers to that question.
It's not the developers doing it, it's the marketing department. Hey, Dr. Dre, what's up?
And the first is that it works. These techniques are all highly effective. They produce the desired outcomes. They manipulate well-understood psychological principles that our human brains are vulnerable to. The second reason is that players generally tolerate many of these design patterns pretty well. Have a look at the games you play and see what techniques they're using from this video. Ask yourself if these are a big enough deal that you'll quit playing the game entirely over them. Chances are you're still playing the game despite the presence of these manipulative elements. Another important reason is mindshare. There are a lot of live service games out there, and players have a limited amount of free time. If a game doesn't have all of the addictive hooks and manipulative retention mechanisms we discussed, then its players may find themselves compulsively logging into other games to complete daily tasks and forget to play this one. There are also
the old, if I don't do it, somebody else is going to do it argument. So it's like, well, if I don't do these FOMO bullshits, then somebody else is going to do the FOMO things, and they're going to get all of my players.
Logging into other games to complete daily tasks and forget to play this one. There are also foreign publishers. When a game releases and is popular in its home regions, publishers from other countries approach the studio and offer to localize and market the game in their region. But in order to take the risk of investing in license fees and marketing costs, the publisher is going to want to make sure the game is as sticky and lucrative as possible. The publisher dares not suggest changes to the actual game itself, as the game is already proven to be good. So the only way they have to juice the retention and monetization is through meta systems, which very easily stray into dark pattern territory. Finally, the entire games as a service industry measures the value of a game as a function of its daily active user count and its retention rates. If you're making a live service game, you're only going to be able to get funding if you have a solid plan to retain your users. That plan probably ends up involving some number of these dark patterns, because you have to compete against other games using these techniques.
And not only that, and this is not exclusive to live service, but the culture itself, the community itself, overvalues these numbers. They grossly overvalue, like, this game is now has only this amount of people playing it. Oh man, it's really fallen off. Like, I go to these numbers every now and then just to kind of monitor, oh man, this thing is popping off. It's going pretty crazy. Like, I find that interesting. But like, way too many people glorify or criticize video games based on their active player counts. Like, let me tell you something. Back when I was playing Demon's Souls, almost nobody was playing Demon's Souls. Hell, the game wasn't even localized in Europe. I'm hipster Rurikon over here. I'm hipster Patches, okay? I played it before it was even available in my region. I imported the bastard, okay? And almost nobody was playing it. And I'm like, it didn't even cross my mind like, oh, this is a problem. Not enough people are playing this game. I don't care. If anything, it's like, oh man, I found this hidden gem. Not enough people know how cool this game is. The same thing with Dark Souls. I'm pretty sure that on release, the number of people playing Dark Souls is nowhere close to the numbers that we see on a lot of video games nowadays. Nobody cared. Nobody used to care. This was never like a big talking point. It's like, I need to have 1 billion people playing my video game. Otherwise, it's a miserable flop. It's weird.
If you have a publisher or investor involved, they're probably going to want to see industry benchmarked retention and return from your game, and that is benchmarked against other games that are packed full of dark patterns. If you refuse to use dark patterns in your games, you're effectively competing with games that do use them, while operating at a disadvantage on the metrics that investors care about.
And the solution is we need to spread this video far and wide, okay? If you have a friend that plays a gacha game or a live service game, you need to share this video to them so that they can watch it and they can become more aware of what is going on. This is the solution. We need people to be able to identify these dark patterns so that they're not as susceptible to them. So like, for instance, if I was playing Where Winds Meet 20 years ago, I would have been super susceptible to all of the stuff that that game does in terms of like, oh, I need to make sure that I'm spending my stamina every single day so that I'm grinding away and getting all of the best loot every single day. I need to make sure that I'm getting all of that sect currency to the limit every single week. I need to make sure that I'm hitting all of my currency caps every single week. This is mandatory. This is something that needs to happen. Nowadays, I look at it and I'm like, I'll play it. If it's fun, I'll do more things. If it's not fun, I don't care. Because, like, I'm old and jaded at this point. I've been through a lot of these dark patterns to the point where they don't really affect me anymore. But we need more people to become aware of them.
This situation really sucks. While by definition, a dark pattern is a design that benefits the developer at the player's expense, some of the techniques mentioned in this video aren't entirely evil, and if clearly communicated and balanced fairly, wouldn't qualify as actual dark patterns. For example, it's pretty clear that escalating login streaks are quite manipulative, because players really want to avoid breaking their streak. But flat daily login rewards might be more acceptable to players, because the penalty for not logging in is just missing one day of rewards. If those rewards are sufficiently generous, and the game is not manipulative elsewhere, players might be happy with that system. There are certainly players who really look forward to daily bonuses or special events in their favorite games, and enjoy the structure and rewards that those bring, despite the drawbacks we've talked about. Some developers argue that a little psychological nudge can enhance enjoyment of the game, for example by encouraging players via rewards to explore parts of the game they wouldn't otherwise try out. Achievement systems are a common example of this. I previously talked about how time-limited events can be manipulative, because they often offer exclusive rewards that require a lot of work to unlock during a narrow time period, and can take advantage of your fear of missing out. This is a problem when the event involves grinding out existing content, but honestly, isn't that bad when the event consists of interesting new content? For example, back in January of 2017, Blizzard celebrated the 20-year anniversary of Diablo 1's release by introducing a special event into Diablo 3.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The Darkening of Tristram was an homage to Diablo 1 within the Diablo 3 engine, complete with a pixelization shader and a strict orthographic isometric projection like Diablo 1. Players got to play through this mini version of Diablo 1 with their Diablo 3 characters, and it was honestly pretty cool. Even cynical old me reinstalled Diablo 3 and had a fun time checking it out. It looks like they're still running this anniversary dungeon event annually since then. This was a very well executed example of a time-limited in-game event that was a net win for everyone. I have nothing to complain about there. On the other hand, time-limited events that don't introduce new content can be more dangerous. A number of years ago, a fellow game director told me a story about a live service game he was running. He wanted to increase player activity in the gaps between expansions, so he decided to try running a double experience weekend. It was a huge success and saw way more players playing than usual. After the weekend, however, player numbers dipped down below where they were before the weekend, so they ran another double experience weekend the following weekend. You can predict where the story went.
Basically, players decided like, oh, I'll just wait until the next double EXP weekend, and I'm never going to play the game again unless there's double EXP. Because now there's no value in it. You start to feel like you're wasting your time.
They ran another double experience weekend the following weekend. You can predict where the story went. After a while, people only played on those special weekends, because playing on weekdays felt far less worthwhile in comparison. The game eventually shut down. While games that overuse dark patterns alienate their users and eventually see the opposite of the good retention they were aiming for, the primary victims of dark patterns are the players themselves. Players affected by dark patterns find themselves...
It's important for people to understand, and I think that there's still a lot of people that likely because they're young, they actually don't understand this. But I feel like this is one of the most important lessons that a lot of people still need to learn. The most valuable currency in the world for everyone is time. Your time is literally the most valuable currency you have. Because guess what? If you lose money, or if you waste money on a video game, or you waste money on something that you actually didn't mean to do, you can always get that money back. You can always win it back. There are like lots of different ways to make money. I'm not saying it's easy, but there are ways of getting that money back. There's no way of getting your time back. Like, once that time passes, that's gone. Okay? That, like, the hours that you guys have spent on this live stream, they're gone. You're not going to get them back. Hopefully, you've enjoyed that time. Hopefully. If I'm doing a good job, you've enjoyed the time you've spent here. But ultimately, that time is gone. And this is why I value my audience so much. This is why I'm as transparent as I am, because I believe that, you guys just investing your time watching my content, that's some of the most valuable things that you can possibly ever give me, because you can never get that back. That time is gone. And therefore, it is important for people to understand that that is your most valuable currency. It is your time. Fuck, Rudy is stealing my time. Yep. Nah, second monitor. Man, that second monitor is wild. I'm just here because of FOMO. See, the thing is, with my live streams, there isn't even any FOMO because the VOD is available in the channel afterwards. You can just watch this on YouTube after the stream.
Compelled into behavior they wouldn't normally perform. Whether that's making purchases they hadn't planned for, logging in on days they hadn't intended to play on, grinding content they wouldn't normally choose to grind, referring friends who might not have an interest in the game, or having to set an alarm at 4 a.m. to tend some crops. These actions have both an impact on their day-to-day life, but also reduce their enjoyment of the actual game itself. They often lead to feelings of anxiety, fear of missing out, commitment pressure, guilt, and frustration. The scary thing is, I'm an adult in my 40s who has spent his career working in live service games. I deeply know all about these tricks and still find them affecting me far more than I'm comfortable with. Imagine what it's doing to kids who are incredibly vulnerable to the constant bombardment of gambling, compulsion, addiction, loss aversion, and anxiety-inducing dark patterns that these games contain. So far in this video, I've tried to offer a relatively neutral take on the pros and cons of these game design patterns. While they're called dark patterns and have a high potential for abuse, I've explained that some of them are moderately harmless if used in a way that provides a lot of value for players. But if you're watching my channel, you probably want my actual opinion on all of this. I put a lot of thought into this area because I used to run a live service game, and I frequently had to make decisions related to what design patterns were used for meta systems, retention mechanics, and monetization. So here's my current take on this topic. First of all, I think that pretty much everything is fair game in terms of the actual design of the game itself. If a game is targeted at adults rather than children, I don't have a problem with people leaning on behavioral psychology research when designing the actual gameplay of the game and its reward systems within the game. Make your games fun. Make them
I have a problem when the behavioral psychology is meant to basically just extract as much time and attention out of you. Like, I think if you want to use behavior psychology, which I think is what the point that Chris Wilson is making, if you want to use behavior psychology to figure out, oh, will people think this is fun? That's cool. That's fine. That's not an issue. But if you're using behavioral psychology to figure out, ooh, what can I do to keep people coming back? That's where the problem is.
Compelling. Make people want to play them and want to return to them for their own merits. Your job as a game designer is to make a really fun game, and understanding how the human brain works is important for that. Players becoming invested in your game and deeply caring about their progression is a good thing. It's why people play games. But I draw the line at deploying dark patterns because they are related to retention systems, meta progression, and monetization. When I'm playing a game, I don't want to have a fear of missing out that makes me feel like I have to play frantically during time-limited events. I don't want to have to log into the game every single day to avoid breaking some stupid streak. I don't want to have to do some minimum amount of activity every day, otherwise I miss out on bonuses. I don't want to have to spam my friends to remind them to log in, otherwise I miss out on rewards. I hate all of this bullshit. When I was growing up, games were designed to be fun, not manipulative. They didn't have literal behavioral scientists and psychologists on staff trying to rewire my brain. Look, I love the economic and competitive aspects of live service online games, but I just don't find myself enjoying most modern ones. Whenever I see daily tasks, seasonal events, and all the exclusivity FOMO, I just lose all hope that I'll actually enjoy playing the game, because I know that it'll be playing me. If you're a developer and really want to add retention mechanisms without straying too deeply into dark patterns, what can you do?
Make a fun video game. Crazy concept. Crazy concept, bro.
Really want to add retention mechanisms without straying too deeply into dark patterns, what can you do? Well, first of all, you should try to make your game as fun as possible on its own merits, before relying on external meta mechanics to try to add engagement. Once you've done this, it's a matter of transparency, fairness, and respect for your players. Transparently communicate how things work and what players have to do in plain language. Avoid hidden gotchas that players are unaware of. For example, if you're using loot boxes, clearly communicate their drop rates. Try to ensure that optional challenges reward effort rather than attendance. Make sure that time-limited events last long enough for real-life schedules. Carefully consider whether rewards should be exclusive or whether you should have the event return with the same rewards later, giving players a chance to get them if they miss out this time. It's worth thinking about the concept of time-agnostic gaming. Try not to care about when a player plays your game. Some people can't game every day, but have lots of time available on the weekends. It's unfair if the progress they make is slower than someone who manages to log in every day to claim some type of login reward. So that's been a tour through the dangerous world of dark patterns. As game developers, we have an obligation to think very carefully before we employ strategies like these. Push back and make sure that the reason you're adding something is because it's actually adding more fun, rather than because it'll artificially create more retention or juice some other metric. As gamers, we also have an obligation to push back. If you want more game in your games and less bullshit, make sure that you communicate this to developers. Your money and attention are precious. Spend them wisely. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Absolutely goated video. You guys need to share this video far and wide because, like I said, the only way to actually fight back against some of the practices that are being employed right now in a lot of video games is for people to be informed, because it doesn't matter the amount of boycotts. People just need to understand. People really need to understand, which is the main reason why I wanted to, watch this video with you guys. People need to understand this is one of the most important battles that we're going to be fighting. We've been fighting, by the way, because this has been going on for decades now. It's a battle that we need to continue to fight, and it's a battle that the only way to actually win is for people to recognize the things that are getting them addicted. And this is very eloquently put by Chris in this video. So yeah, make sure to give this some watch time as well. Give it a like, do the usual shenanigans, because like I said, this is a super important video for us. But yeah, having said that, let's finally jump in and check out the 9-star monkey, because my kids are already home, and I haven't even gotten to fight 9-star Ajarikon. We had a lot of interruptions. See, this is the reason why I made the video yesterday. I need people to understand there's a lot of stuff happening in my life, and I just keep getting interrupted at all times. Because, like, my dad came to talk to me about the same stuff that's in that video. So, yeah, it's just like nonstop. You know what I'm saying? You're a 9-star monkey, mate. No, you're a 9-star monkey. Mr. Tummy Giggles, you're a 9-star monkey. Never lost sight of that 9-star monkey. Yep. Also, I need to swap my, my fit, because we're no longer in Dream Spell, right? I'm assuming that's ended. So we need to swap our fashion. Just stop by after the I'm sorry video to say we love you, man. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Never apologize for life. We got you, bro. Thank you. As our generation has kids, this will become a high priority lesson. Yes, we need to teach this to our children too. That's like one of the most important things. Unfortunately, a lot of parents nowadays just have their children be raised by an iPad, which, to be fair, it's not that different than a lot of us back in the day where we were raised by a television set. So it's not like it's that different, but at the same time, you know. Okay, it's time to swap our fit. That's like #1 priority. Where's my set? I believe it's this one. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Although, these are weird. These are not the choices that I would make. We're gonna go with... Where is it? Which was the one that I was using all the time? We can do the Balahara. Yeah. And then for the secondary, we go with Axe Boy. Actually, let's take the regular one, just a Lawful Boars. Now let me just see. Which set do I have rocking right now? Agitator, Burst, Counter-Strike. No part breaker? Oh, it's got focus on it, though. I thought we had part breaker on this set. Guess I was wrong. Oh, we have earplugs. That's why we don't have part breaker. Ooh, baby, this is good. This is a nice set. This is a nice ass set, brother. We gonna have some fun here today. We gonna have some fun here today. Oh yeah, I do want to also swap my I also want to swap my sacred skin. I miss my OG sacred skin. My little chocobo. There he is. I still, like, I really hope that in Title Update 4 they fix the performance, because I'm gonna splurge and get that fiery, you know, the more complete version of this skin for the sacred. Let's see. Should be an event quest. Oh damn, there's still a lot of events. What's this about? Congalala courting carols? What? Songbird sketch. What's this for? Is this something new? Guys, what's this for? Palico outfit. Which Palico outfit? Oh, it's a Hamstrigian. Okay, it's the one to get the Palico to look like a Hamstrigian. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and run the Monkey King. Bum bum bum.
I'm counting on you.
I'm counting on you. Actually, we should cancel this. Because I haven't seen if there's food. No, oh, free meals. Well, that's very nice. That is very convenient. Good stuff. In that case, we can set her up. Quest accepted. How many title updates are we getting? Is the fourth one the last? I think we're gonna get 5, but I don't actually know. Delicious. Give me that cheese, baby. That little cheesy cheese. Let's grab my item set. And let's see what's happening. If Title Update 4 is the last update, probably Wild's expansion 2026. I don't think we're getting an expansion before 2027. I think that's some wishful thinking right there. Oh, it's just vigor. Hey, bro. What up? What up, big dog? Ow. You hit like a girl. Bro, we blasted him out of it. Bro wasn't ready for the gun lance. Hey yo, power clash. Bam. Whoa.
Heels inbound.
Have one of these and another one of these. Might hit him with the 2-for-1 special. Ow. Whoa, multi-hits. Hello. Eesh. Damn. Yeah, that hurts a little bit more, because we actually landed a perfect block on that, but the chip damage got us. Actually, I don't know if it was the chip damage. Oh, God! What was that? Bro, what the crap, dude? See, this is what we mean when we say that blocking often is a disadvantage, okay? You guys need to understand. A lot of people think blocking's OP, that's what blocking gets you. Dodging is always better. Oh my god, it's bigger. That's cheating. That's bigger than usual. That's a really fast drop he's got there. Just not that much reach. Huh, was that what killed us earlier? Oh, but he hit us with the punch first. That's why he got us. Get him, Rompopolo. Get his ass, I'll help you. Guys, I don't think Rompopolo is winning. I think Rompopolo is getting the shit beat out of him. Ouch, that hurts. Another wound. Damn it. Wasn't fast enough on the recovery. Too fast on that one. Hey yo. Oops. Damn it. Does that count as a hit? No.
This'll freshen you up quick.
Lovely. Alright, my friend. We should have words. And by words, I mean, I'm going to wyvern fire you in the face twice with 2 bombs. Those are the words we're going to be having. Wyvern fire negotiations. Okay? Come here, I need to swap gun lances. No, you idiot! Rompopolo! Rompopolo? Le petit Rompopolo! Ow. Okay, bro. Give me this. Are there explosives around here? Because usually there are. I guess not today. Okay. Ow! Bro, that hurts. Turn around, Ajarakan. You dirty bastard. We're definitely gonna get a mount off of these slides. Ooh, he's big mad. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. I shouldn't have done that, because the recovery animation was going to be better for me. That's another wound right there. No! I always do this too early. Lack of practice. Boom.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Bro, the stamina damage on that thing is wild. Gotcha, bitch. Told you I was gonna get you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shake that booty. Shake that booty for me. Look at him shaking his booty. Shake that booty. Shake that booty for daddy. Shake that booty. Boom!
Got it on the ground.
Why is he on the ground? I'm confused. Point blank to the dome. Where you gonna go, bro? Where you gonna go? No, 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 no. God damn it. No. Hit him with the... Yeah, that's it. That's it. Hit him again. No, you were supposed to stay here so that I could hit you with the thing.
Let's take a quick break.
He's gonna go all the way up here, 100%. Now we're gonna pop the ghillie mantle. And now we're gonna go Le Mega Barrel Bomb. Le Mega Barrel Bomb. Now we sharpen this right here. It's like, look at me, I'm so big and bad. People don't know how big and bad I am, but they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn how big and bad I am. I'm so big and bad. I'm so big and bad. You just don't understand. Okay, Mr. Big and Bad. I got a present for you. I like them apples. Oh no! He's dead! That's pretty fun. But he's still fairly weak.
Great job, partner.
He's actually... I find him easier than Blangonga. I find him way easier than Blangonga. What was the other one? So that was this guy, Blangonga, and... Who was the other... 9-star that we got? I forget. Is it Gravios? Oh, it was Full Granjanath. Okay, Full Granjanath was a little bit annoying. This guy's actually pretty easy. He just surprised me with the chip damage on that punch. He did surprise me with the chip damage on that punch. Can't play this anymore because my dumbass PS5 broke. Sorry. Sorry to hear that, brother. Ayo! That's actually pretty good. Yeah, all these other ones are kind of like lame. He's way more fun than Blangonga. I mean, yeah, because he's a more straightforward fight. Blangonga feels a little bit more gimmicky with the stuff that he does. Blangonga also feels harder. But I like him. I wanted to see him out in the world, you know? Rather than just having him be a temporary quest. I want to try Gunlance, but it looks hard to use. Just look at my guide, bro. My guide's got you. Ain't nothing but a thing. It's not as hard as it seems. Like, most people just tell you, just press triangle circle, bro. You just press triangle circle and win. It's not exactly like that, but... So in Title Update 4, we get GOG. Where do we go to Title Update 5, if there is one? The Lamadur? I don't think we'll get the Lamadur, but who knows? I do know we still need some more Arc Tempereds. But I don't know what would be the next big monster.
I've got news you don't want to miss.
I've got Muse. Hey, Brosifino. Yeah, this is the big wombo right there. Jesus! The size of that still surprises me on this one. I gotta not get surprised by the size of that damn thing. Missed me. Let go of me. Damn it, I was looking at chat. I blame you guys for that one. Man, he was going after Gaijin with a passion right there. Get him in the arms now! This is gonna hurt. Can I even block it? I can. Nice. Bastard.
I'll ride with you.
If Title Update 4 doesn't perform well, I think they're straight working on expansion pack and skipping Title Update 5. Why? I swear to God, dude. Like, why would you think that? Actually. Because, like, well, Title Update 2 didn't do too well. I guess we should skip the rest of them. I just don't think that a lot of those conclusions are rooted in reality.
Shock trap's down and ready for you. Time to go on the offensive. All right.
What if we chop this tail, though?
Way to out-muscle that monster. Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Yeesh! That's crazy. Gaijin coming in clutch with the para. Bro, you tired already? Where you going? Where you going, little bro? That was vicious. Can't believe he actually stopped there. Idiot. Careful. Careful. Bro is so done. He's like, please, no more. No more pain. Damn, that was fucking vicious. That was vicious, bro. What happened? Oh no. Oh my god, dude. That's a fun hunt. That is a fun hunt, but we kind of abused him a little bit. We abused him a little bit on that one. That was pretty nasty. Like, that was really fast. Sub 10? That's crazy. Really fast as in, like, I'm not a speedrunner. I don't play this fast usually. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Everything's pretty bad. What kind of gun lens should I get first? Guardian Arkveld. It's the best. Hey! It's not laggy Gunlance? No. The best one in the game is... I mean, the best one is Ardian, but Guardian Arkveld is like the second best. And by the way, the best one is Ardian if you have like a near perfect rolled Ardian. Because otherwise, Guardian Arkveld is still better than a lot of the Ardian Gunlances. But that's also because Gunlance in Wilds is not properly balanced in terms of like the different shelling styles and whatnot. What are the odds we'll get Grigori/Nex from Dragon's Dogma as a future collab? Pretty low. We've never seen a Dragon's Dogma collab. I'd love to see it, but I don't think that's happening. I don't get what Ardian is. Can someone explain? Ardian is a weapon that you can craft from parts that you can get from, I think, 8-star monsters. And those parts give you Ardian materials. Then you use the Ardian materials to craft the weapon. And then you use a refinement process called Orichalcite to get this raw ore that you can use to upgrade the weapon. And then the weapon gets 5 random stats, which can either be attack, affinity, element, yada yada yada. So basically, it's a weapon that you're constantly rolling the stats on to see if you get one with the stats that you like. That's with an Ardian weapon. But yeah, guys, since my kids are already home, they actually arrived a little bit earlier than I expected today. That's going to be it for today's stream. Sorry it was a little bit shorter than I intended. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed yourselves, but I'm going to head out for now, and I will talk to you guys later. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. I'm going to have another video later today on, what's the name of that thing? Armatus in the channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.